Here's a table of data where 20 people have timed with a stopwatch how many seconds it takes for a pendulum to swing back and forth 10 times. Capital T is the period, the time for one swing, so 10t is the time for 10 swings, and we're measuring this in seconds with a stopwatch that goes to 1/100th of a second. By the way, I've put an underline here at the top of the table, make it look a little nicer by on the Home tab using the borders, bottom border button right here. Click on that when you have selected a couple cells and I'll put a bottom border in. If you want some other options, complete borders, boxing and whatnot, you have all of these options here. But taking a look at the data, we see that there's a problem. Richard and one of the other data values, Jeannie, have 28.5, whereas the others' measurements go to the hundredths place. Richard and Jeannie's measurement is only going to a tenth of a second. And the reason for that is Excel, when you put in 28.50, automatically just drops that trailing zero. And in science, that's not the right way to go, because 28.5 is not the same thing as 28.50. 28.50 indicates a greater precision, whereas 28.5 could really be 28.48, 28.53. All of these would get rounded to 28.5 if you were only recording to a tenth of a second. But 28.50 is indicating a higher precision. So what we want to do is we want to format these numbers so that they're all the same. They all record to the nearest hundredth of a second. So I'm going to do that by selecting all of the numbers, right-clicking in there, format cells, and you can see that we have a lot of different options for formatting. You can do scientific notation, fractions, percentages, dates and times if you were dealing with time, or if you're doing a financial spreadsheet, you can have it in different kinds of currency, dollars and pounds and euros and whatnot. But we're just using numbers here, and the default value is 2 decimal places. Excel does not know anything about significant figures. It only keeps track of decimal places. And 2 is the default because so much of the time Excel is being used for financial work where you have dollars and cents. So we'll go with the default here. We'll say OK. And now the entire table, all those times, are displayed to the same precision to the hundredth of a second.